Hello there, and welcome to Don't Blow It, Vote, a night of comedy, music, and democracy, trying to urge you to, if you haven't decided yet, to get out there and vote. We've got a great lineup of people who want to talk about voting, but also entertain as well. Good evening. My name is Amber LeMay, and I'm from the House of LeMay. And for the past 27 years or so, the House of LeMay has been raising awareness and money for a lot of organizations in our community here in Vermont. And we just thought we'll take it one step further this year and go broader, no pun intended, and get people to vote. And so that's why we're here tonight. So stay tuned. We got about an hour and a half of great entertainment and information. So to get us kicked off and started, I want to reach out to New York City and get our producer and director on the line, Russell Dreyer. Hey, Russell.
Hey, Amber.
You've got your patriotic hat on.
I have a patriotic chef's hat because we have been cooking up a project.
Oh, my goodness. It was like 6 or 7 weeks ago. We had Matt Rogers from Higher Ground on our Amber Live show, and we were talking about an event they were having at the fairgrounds, a live event. And I said, hey, you need to have a live event about getting out to vote, and I'd love to host it. And the next thing I know, they said, well, why don't you guys put it together? And so, Russell, thanks to all the work you've done, and with Amy and Matt at Higher Ground and our friend Janet, we've put together a pretty damn good show, I think.
It took a team of 5 people and a lot of work on everybody's part. So thank you to all of them.
Yes. And let's see. One thing about Higher Ground, we're giving away some prizes tonight, aren't we?
We are. And if you go to Higher Ground's Instagram account and look, you can see there's a post that says giveaway on it. And if you just follow those instructions, they'll enter you in the giveaway. And then, Amber, when will you be announcing the winner?
I'll be announcing the winner tomorrow night on my weekly live stream show, Amber Live, that we'll tell you more about later on. But it's some great prizes, but you'll want to watch tomorrow night. It's our special Halloween show. Yes. So, all righty then. Russell, this is a live show, and we've got a lot of guests coming in and out, and sometimes things don't happen as planned.
That is true. So just bear with us. I do want to say for, for anyone watching on Facebook or YouTube, we are available in both places. We do recommend YouTube, and you can find that at amberlive.tv, or you can go right to youtube.com/amberlive. And part of the reason for that is on YouTube, they are broadcasting it or streaming it at full HD. So you get to see Amber in all her glory.
Yeah, and we do have comments available. This show is nonpartisan. We're not telling you who to vote for, but we'd like to keep it civil. So, but feel free to comment on any of the entertainment you see tonight. We'd love to see your comments. Yes. Anything else, Russell?
I think that is about it, other than thanks again to Higher Ground for helping us with this.
Oh,
so
yes.
much work.
Yes. So let's start off with, how about from our friends from the Vermont Comedy Club? They put something together for us.
Yes, they did. Here it is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nathan Hartswick.
I'm Natalie Miller.
We are the co-owners of Vermont Comedy Club, and we're here to talk to you about something very important tonight.
That's right. This is something that's on the forefront of all of our minds right now.
Yeah, we're all thinking about it, whether it's the first time we're doing this thing or we're more experienced at it.
And because we're in the middle of a pandemic, it's more important than ever that we do this safely.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about.
Look, you might be anxious about it. I'm anxious about it too, okay? But you just have to speak up and let people know what you're into and what you're not.
Make your voice heard.
Tell the people in charge what you want to see.
Now, you might have to talk to your family about it this year. It might be a little awkward.
No, it's important. Talk to your family about it, okay? Communicate with them and make them understand that you have needs that are not being met.
Now, when it comes time to actually do the deed, there's going to be a lot of people to choose from.
Ugh, tell me about it. Overwhelming.
You might be tempted to just go down, one side and just choose everyone all the way down.
That's fine. If you want to go down on every candidate, that is fine.
Yeah. Or you could, do a little vetting and find out a little more about each one.
Definitely vet them. I mean, you want to make sure that you're not selecting someone who's a total stranger.
Just make sure they pass your personal test.
Make sure they're tested.
Of course, not every candidate is going to be perfect, right? You may think that person is too old.
Age is just a number.
Or
okay?
That person is leaning too far to one side for me.
Okay, well, we can all work together to encourage someone to change their position.
Yeah. So, of course, once you've chosen the person you like.
Or people.
Right. Just go for it. Just make sure that when you're filling them in, you're doing it completely.
Because it doesn't count if you only fill them in halfway.
Oh, and don't forget about dangling chads.
Ugh, yeah, nobody likes a Chad dangling, hanging around, mucking up everything.
Of course, the last step is to find out where all the polls are in your area.
And if polls aren't your thing, that's okay. There's boxes there too.
Right, but let's say you're standing there and you're gripping the thing in your hand. Don't just shove it in the box.
No, follow the directions explicitly.
So that's our message. Thank you very much for listening. And remember, this is, all our duty.
Right, exactly. Don't be afraid of everybody's duty. Thank you.
It's more important than ever that we act together this year.
Yes, and if you sit this one out, you are really going to miss out.
But if you muster all your strength and courage,
and you get over your anxiety and you participate, you will get a sticker.
So please, this year,
whatever you do, go
vote
to an
on
orgy,
November 3rd.
Vote.
What?
What? I didn't say anything. I said vote.
Yeah.
Thank you, Natalie and Nathan. I miss seeing you live. They have a great club here in Burlington. A city this size has a comedy club, and it is fantastic. But they are doing things online, so check out their website, and you can see what they're doing for you. Oh, that was great. Thank you so much for being a part of this. So now we have another, someone else sent us a recording. It's from Craig Mitchell, who's been a guest on Amber Live, and who's a great musician, a spokesperson, a DJ. He does everything, and he sent us this clip.
All right, good.
Brother, 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 far too many of you died. You know we've got to find a way. Bring some learning here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. See, what was not the answer? Only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way. Bring some understanding here today. Picket lines, sister. Picket signs, sister. Don't punish me, sister. Brutality, sister. Come on, talk to me, sister, so you can see, sister, what's going on. What's going on? 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 Father, Father, everybody thinks we're wrong. See, who are they to judge us? Simply 'cause our hair is long. You know we've got to find a way. Bring some loving here today. Picket lines, picket signs. Don't punish me, brutality. Come on, talk to me, so you can see what's going on. What's going on? 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 What's going on?
Get out there and vote.
Holla.
Oh, thank you so much, Craig Mitchell. We might get Craig on live later on. We're trying to make that connection, so we'll talk to him a little bit more about that and some of his other projects. So we're not just Vermont-centric here tonight. We've got friends from all over the country and some from Canada as well, and who want to talk to us. And our next guest is Mike Houston from New York City. And you might recognize Mike. Number one, he was a former guest on Amber Live, but also he was on several seasons of Orange is the New Black. So, Michael, how are you doing this evening?
Amber, hey,
Hey.
Amber, how are you? I'm doing great. You know,
Good.
excited. I got my absentee ballot in on Thursday, so I'm just kicking back with you guys this weekend to say it felt good, and don't blow it, vote. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So absentees, does that mean you're going to mail it in or you're going to drop it off?
Yeah, so I actually mailed it in with the U.S. Postal Service, so fingers are crossed. The cool thing in New York is they've done a real good job with the infrastructure here, so you can actually track your ballot to make sure it gets counted.
Well, how exciting is that? So why is voting important to you, Mike?
You know, it's always been important to me just because I've always believed in the idea of a fundamental right is to be able to vote for the people you want representing your interests and the interests of your community, right? And then it started back 2012. I remember going in, and I lived here in Queens, New York. Amazing city, full of diversity. So many different immigrants from different nations that live here, and we all live in community. And I remember going into the school that was in my poll site, and just the number of people that were there willing to help and work and be poll workers from so many different backgrounds. And, you know, it was interesting. It was the first time I put my vote in, and I walked out and I started crying, and I couldn't put it together right away. I was just like, wow, I can't believe how overcome with emotion I was about it. Then it really registered, you know, later in 2016 when I went to vote, and, you know, the same people were affected in a very different way with the vote. And so, you know, the point is, voting is your right. It is a fundamental right, and it really does matter. Every vote does matter, because, you know, something that I think we can forget about at times is, you know, yes, we are electing a president of the United States. Our next president of the United States is in this election. But the other thing that's happening is, you know, we're going to see where people are in the vote. You know, that's what's important, is where the country is. And I think we're going to have a pretty good understanding at that point. But the only way we know that is if you vote. So everyone's got to vote.
You talk about how important it is that everyone vote and every vote matters. Here in Vermont, we have a great story with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders ran for senator. He ran for governor many times and received, you know, like 1-2% of the votes, but he kept going at it. And then he ran for mayor of Burlington and upset the Democrat who was current mayor by just 10 votes. And look where Bernie Sanders is today, because he won by those 10 votes, and he was able to do that. So those 10 people who voted for him that day, they changed the world.
Made a huge difference. You know, my wife and I we watched the there was a special on HBO that the cast of The West Wing put together. Mm-hmm. And what they did is they acted out an episode from The West Wing, and it was about voting. And gosh, I can't remember the name of the episode, but I'll tell you, if you can find it online, if you type in HBO West Wing episode, and you can go watch it on The West Wing, it's an incredible episode about why voting is important. And it kind of mirrors a story level of that nature, in which one town they have the right to vote at 12:01 a.m. On November 3rd. So they're the first place in the country to vote, and everyone shows up. It's a big event. And anyway, yeah, man, it's a big deal.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you very much for being on the show, but also thank you for voting. We appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure to be with you, Amber. I love it.
All right.
Everyone, go vote, go vote, go vote.
All right. Take care, Mike. Thank you.
Okay, take care, guys.
And now a word from one of our sponsors. Hello again. Guess who? I'm here to tell. No. I'm here to ask. No. I'm here to beg you to subscribe to Amber Live's YouTube channel. You're probably watching the show on YouTube right now, and all you have to do is click on the subscribe button. If you're watching on other social media, you can find us at youtube.com/AmberLive. Just click on subscribe and make this drag queen smile, please. Yeah, please. It doesn't take much. And then you'll get updates on everything that we do here at amberlive.tv. All right. So now we're going to have a little more music for you. It's from mezzo-soprano Kristen Burch, and she's always loved music. By day, she holds a master's degree in library and information science, and works as a pricing specialist in publishing companies. But at night, she followed her true passion and went to Juilliard's evening program to study voice. Yeah, she made her New York City opera recital debut in March of 2019 with a program she co-wrote and produced featuring the music of Clara Schumann and how it related to the music composed by her husband, Robert Schumann, and her admirer, Johannes Brahms. Kristen also performed in recitals at La Roche in Burgundy, France, and Carnegie Hall. Yeah, she practiced and got to Carnegie Hall. So let's hear from Kristen now.
Love of my life, you hurt me. You've broken my heart, and now you leave me. Love of my life, can't you what it means to me. Love of my life, don't leave me. You've taken my love and now desert me. Love of my life, can't you see? Bring it back, bring it back. Don't take it away from me, because you don't know what it means to me. You will remember when this is blown over and everything's all by the way. When I grow older, I will be there by your side to remind you that I still love you. I still love you. Back, hurry back, please bring it back home to me, because you don't know what it means to me. Love of my life, love of my
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much. And she said that she's seen the movie Bohemian Rhapsody at least 10 times because Freddie was such an opera lover, and that's why she chose to sing one of his songs today. So thank you very much. It was beautiful. You know, we need to know more about voting, all right? And there's a special organization that's a national organization called the League of Women Voters, and we're happy to have the Vermont director of the League with us tonight. So, Johnna, hello there, Johnna.
Hello, Amber.
Welcome back to my studio. You've been on Amber Live before. I'm proudly wearing the League's button that you gave me, and also a special vote button as well. I appreciate that.
Yes, we're really excited about the work you're doing, sharing the message about voting, Amber, and so I'm just delighted to consider you a member of our League.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So what is your function these last 10 days before the election?
Well, I'm just getting out to vote in a lot of different ways. We're trying to reach out people. Usually we would be out in person tabling, but this year we're doing different things. But I wanted to share with you that today is National Early Voting Day.
Wow.
Yes. And early voting has been amazing this year. 57 million people in the United States have voted.
That's really amazing, that many people. Yeah.
It really is. That's like if our vote turnout is the same as it was in 2016, that's like 41%. And it could be even bigger. There's still time to vote in many states like Vermont. You can still register. In Vermont, in fact, you can register the day of.
Right. But they did suggest, like today and Monday, if you're mailing your vote in Vermont, you want to get that in right away.
That's right. Every state has received postcards from the Postal Service with a recommendation, and most of them are recommending around now. In Vermont, today is the last day you would want to put it in the U.S. mail. In Vermont, you can hand deliver it in most cities and towns. All the cities have drop boxes that are official, and 90% of the Vermont towns have a drop box where you can drop your vote off. And in many states, they also have drop box. You just want to go to your Secretary of State and look up where your official drop box is.
Now, how do you intend to vote?
Well, I filled out my ballot at home, and it's a great process. When you do it at home, you have to supply your own pen, and that was a little bit of a scramble in our family to find good pens for marking our ballots. We wanted black. We didn't want anything like a Sharpie that would bleed through. So with good pens, we filled out our bubbles, made our choices, read how many people we're supposed to vote for, because for state house or rep, you may be voting for 1 or 2 for state senator. You could even be voting for 6 in my county.
Yes.
So you can vote up to that number, but no more. If you vote too many, they can't count you. You can vote under, though. And then you put it in your ballot, because your ballot is anonymous. You just put your choices on it. You put it into your certificate envelope, and that is what you sign. Now, in some states, you need to sign it just like you did on your registration or your driver's form, because they're going to be checking that. In Vermont, we don't do a signature check. And then you can, then you get it delivered. My town clerk is so close by, I just drove over there with my family, and we all put our ballots right into the box. And so that was great. And we were able to look up and have our ballot tracked and see that it was received. And that was very reassuring.
Now, one thing that I've heard people complain about voting early is they don't get a sticker.
That's true.
People like that sticker.
They do. There are digital stickers you can get to put on your social media, though.
Okay.
So that's
we'll have to check
exciting.
into that, because I know people said, I want a sticker. So
I'll have to look into how I can get stickers mailed to people, won't I?
yes, that's a good thing. All right. Well, thank you very much, Johnna. I understand we have a special announcement from you as well. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Your voice, your vote. In our democracy, they matter and make our community and our country stronger. So make yours count. Get registered. Learn the issues. Know the candidates. And vote by or on November 3rd. Visit vote411.org for registration and election information. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters
and the League of Women Voters. Thank you so much, Johnna, for joining us. And now for something totally different. We're going to bring on 2 people who have also appeared on Amber Live, Madge and Bisket. Hey, girls.
Oh, my God. Hey, Amber.
How are you?
How are you?
Doing fine. Now, you are out west from us, aren't you?
Yes. And we're in Wyoming.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Why?
God only knows.
Cowboys.
And you know what? I'm not going to say that I may or may not be in the witness protection program.
She is. She's a whore.
So, how is voting in Wyoming? How do you go about that?
Oh, my God.
Well, Bisket, if you want to.
Well, the first thing you have to do is in the parking lot, you have to wrestle a bear. And if you make it through that part of it, then everything gets easier. Then you have to rope a sheep. You have to mount a horse. And then there's also some fixing of barbed wire fencing. They want to see if you've got the sweet skills to vote, to live in Wyoming.
Trust me, Bisket knows how to dig a hole.
I have no doubt. So what time is it there in Wyoming? What time zone are you in?
We're at Mountain Standard Time. It is 6:30.
It's 6:30.
Yeah.
6:30. So you're having a little cocktail there. That's
Having a little cocktail. We got our vote sign up here. Back here. I don't know if you can see it. We got this from our good friends at fagsigns.com.
In Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
So they made this specifically for us for voting. Yes.
Yeah.
how cool. How cool.
So how have you been, darling? Oh, did you get your voting done?
I haven't voted yet, but I'd like to go to the polls. I'd like to get into that booth and pull the curtain and do what comes naturally. Vote.
That's true.
Well,
that's true.
We did ours. We're a very bright drop of blue in a sea of red here in Wyoming.
Well, let's just be honest. There's only 2 of us that are liberals out here in Wyoming.
Well, I'm sure you could convince a few people to persuade them to vote your way.
Well,
Madge could. She has a gun.
It might be a felony, so we gotta have to watch that.
Yeah, and I work the stripper pole down at the local bar, and I wear red, white, and blue panties, so I do my best.
Very good. So, how can people follow you? You're on TikTok, right?
Yes, we're on TikTok. It's Madge and Bisket. Our website is madgeandbisket.com.
Yes.
We are on Cameo now, so if you want a cameo from us, again, Madge and Bisket. Bisket is Bisket.
Yes, I had to be difficult because somebody didn't know how to spell my name when we started.
You know what? Dyslexia is a real problem.
So what's Cameo?
Cameo is a place where you can get sports figures and movie stars to send personal messages for money. It's like prostitution.
It is. Totally prostitution.
But it's legal, I think.
It's legal, Amber. You need to look into it. Just
Yes.
saying.
I think I will. Do you have any last words for people to encourage them to vote?
You know what, kids? You gotta get out and vote because we don't want Cheeto head. I'm sorry. You can tell who we're for.
Yes.
We can't go into this anymore. I don't have the energy. You know, my liver's on its last leg. I can't handle the alcoholism to get me through this anymore. So for God's sake, save my life, kids. Vote.
For you, and for all of us, we'll make sure we vote.
Cheers, Amber. Thank you so much. Tell Russell hi. We love you.
Will do. Thank you so much. Madge and Bisket. Check them out on TikTok and their website. They're great. Very funny. All right. So when we put that word out for musicians who wanted to perform, one of the first people said, yeah, I want to, is Brett Hughes. Now, if you've been around the area, you've heard Brett Hughes play, and he's been to Nashville. He has recordings. He's just a great guy and a great musician. And we'll hear from him now.
Hello, dear friends. I'd like to thank my friends at the House of LeMay for inviting me to be a part of this Get Out the Vote effort. I'm going to sing you a little song that's, it's a hopeful little number about getting through the hard times. All right. Like ships on the ocean, storm battered and tossed. So many are searching, so many feel lost, all scattered and distant, like stars in the night, all hoping for refuge, a welcome shore within sight, when we finally come home. When we finally come home, there'll be joy in the hills when we finally come home. When we finally come home, when we finally come home, there'll be peace in every heart on the day when we finally come home. Where we once were uncertain, there's a new reverie. And at times once discordant, we found harmony. When old storms left us surrendered, old pain left us scarred, we have finally found shelter and our humble reward when we finally come home. When we finally come home, there'll be joy in the hills when we finally come home. When we finally come home, when we finally come home, there'll be peace in every heart on the day when we finally come home. All quiet and still, just the sound of the river and the wind on the hill. In the brightness of morning, we're surrounded by spring. Now we gather together, and as one we sing. When we finally come home, when we finally come home, there'll be joy in the hills when we finally come home. When we finally come home, when we finally come home, there'll be peace in heaven we finally come home. There'll be peace in every heart on the day when we finally come home. Thanks, everybody. Make sure you get out and cast your vote if you haven't done so already. All right. We love you. Take care.
Don't you miss seeing live music? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Brett, for sharing that with us. Oh my, what a beautiful song from a beautiful person. Thank you, Brett. So we invited some politicians to come on the show tonight, and we're very fortunate to have the Democratic nominee for governor of the state of Vermont, David Zuckerman, with us tonight. So David, hello there.
Hey, Amber, good to see you again.
Nice seeing you. You were on the show last week, and I just want to make it clear that we did invite your opponent, Governor Phil Scott, to come on the show last week and again tonight. But apparently he's busy, so that's okay. That's right. Yeah. So, David, you were originally a member of the House of Representatives for the Vermont, and then the state Senate. Then you're currently Lieutenant Governor. Now you want to be governor. You run a lot of campaigns. How different is this year's campaign of the ones in the past?
Well, first, I want to say the House of Representatives is very different than the House of LeMay. It's just not the same. There's a very different energy. But, it's extremely different. This has been a lot of virtual campaigning. A lot of folks in Vermont are really focused on the national level, trying to make sure the Senate maybe changes. The president and the race for president has dominated everyone's conversation. So it's just different in that way, trying to reach people remotely, trying to find people where they are and just get them information so they can be well informed, whether it's for me or for somebody else. Folks, I just want to say the talent that you brought onto this show far surpasses any fun talent that I have. So it's been a lot of fun to watch that. But you try to reach people where they are, whether it's through fun talent, whether it's through facts and issues, whether it's emotional connection, and you do what you can.
So, David, why did you first choose to run and be a public servant?
I didn't choose to run initially. I was asked to run back in 1994 by some folks who I met when I had first learned about Bernie back in 1992 as a student. And I thought, here's someone as a political figure who just says what he believes, doesn't take corporate money, and says, take me or leave me, but here's who I am. And I think so many people were searching for that then, and of course are searching for that now, is a political figure that just says what they believe. And that inspired me to get involved, volunteer for him. Folks asked me to run. I actually lost that first time in 1994 by 59 votes. And I know earlier you talked about Bernie's win by 10. Bernie's win by 10 for mayor is more or less the equivalent of Trump's win in Michigan by 10,000. So every vote does count. And that's what we're talking about tonight. And you don't always get who you want to pick from, but that means get involved in the primaries. That means start pushing those of us in office to be better for what you want. But voting is a key piece of it. And I just want to say, lots of people have different talents. You don't have to have a talent. You don't have to have tons of knowledge. You don't have to know everything about everybody. Your right to vote is fundamentally yours, no matter how you want to exercise it, what research you want to do, whether you want to vote for someone because they're a guy with a ponytail, or whether they're male or female, or care about the environment or jobs. That's your fundamental choice. You can vote for people no matter what your reason is. Don't let someone say, well, you don't have a right because you didn't do enough research, or you're not smart enough, or you don't know enough about everybody. It's your right 100%.
How cool. How very true. So, David, have you voted?
I have filled in all my little ovals. But my team said, no, you've got to vote on election day. So the TV cameras will show you voting, which I'm a little bit drawn back. I love to vote in person. I did want to vote by mail early because I felt like for everyone's protection, it's safer that way for the poll workers. The good news in Vermont is we don't tend to have those really long lines. Our voting places tend to set up a lot of booths and a lot of space for people to vote. And I think that's something else people should know. In those states where there's been suppression or there's not enough polling places, that's determined by the elected people. Mm-hmm. So you need to demand more from your elected people and say, you should make voting easier. people working full time can't stand in line for 6 hours.
Oh.
So those are the things you can demand of your elected officials and vote, and then push them to do more for you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I'm sure a busy time of your life right now, but coming on and sharing your story with us, David. Thank you, and good luck on the campaign trail.
Thanks for having a great event. This is fantastic, Amber.
Well, thank you so much, David. David Zuckerman, the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Vermont and the Democratic nominee for governor. If you don't know it, Vermont's a pretty cool place. Yeah, it is. Okay, let me look at my notes here. Oh, let's see. It is, we've got a special announcement from our very good friend, Miss Richfield. Hey, girl.
Hey, everybody. Give me a V, give me an O, give me a T, give me an E. What does it spell? Vote, 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 vote. Go vote. It's Miss Richfield, 1981, reminding you this is an important one. So let your voice be heard. Remember, get out there and vote.
Hey, Amber LeMay here, and I see you sitting on your couch with that Cheeto stained t-shirt on. You need some new t-shirts, and have I got a deal for you. Go on over to amberlive.tv and check out my merchandise. One, there's a t-shirt that says, "Don't blow it, vote." Has my picture on it, of course. And then there's another one with me saying, "Surviving 2020 with 2 drinks in her hand." Hey, how are you surviving? Anyway, go over there and you can order t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, sweatshirts, tote bags, and even beach towels. Oh, it's great designs and all for you at amberlive.tv. Go and order yours right now. Let's get back to that great show. Yeah, this is a great show. Just want to say hi to Miss Richfield. Oh, wasn't she fun? She does bingo every night online, and we have fun watching that. So thank you very much, Miss Richfield. Miss seeing you in P-Town this year, that's for sure. So another one of the great performers in Burlington who said, "Yeah, I want to be on that show," was Kat Wright. And so, Kat, how you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm well.
Well,
How are
good.
you?
I'm very good. I'm very happy just because of the support that you and the other entertainers and who have said, "Yeah, I want to be a part of this." So I really appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you putting this all together. It's a no small feat to wrangle performers either digitally or in person. So bravo, and thank you for doing this, and thank you for bringing so many wonderful people together.
Oh, yes. Well, now, Kat, normally you'd be out on the road somewhere. Did you have gigs booked for this time of year?
Yeah, we had well, actually, I guess right about now was when things, were booked up until. So the when we stopped doing bookings in March or whenever, we went into lockdown, things were booked pretty clear through the early fall. And right around now is like when I look at my calendar and there's less there. All summer long, it was like I'd open my Gmail and there'd be a notification like, "Oh, you'd be in Colorado right now, or you'd be in Atlanta, or you'd be in Chicago," or wherever. And I was like, oh man. So now it's things hadn't been planned for this time of year.
So what have you been doing to occupy yourself and to remain creative?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been walking a lot and spending a lot of time in nature. I was actually really grateful for many things, but grateful to live in Vermont during this whole thing because, you get in the car and you scoot 10 minutes down the road and you can really get some pretty serious Mother Nature therapy. So I've been spending a lot of time outside, spending a lot of time reading, spending a lot of time writing, and just sort of, I guess, getting grounded. Normally I'm traveling, sometimes it's like 150 days a year-ish. With the band. So we're usually on the go quite a bit, and we've been kind of grinding at all that for a few years, many years, and it feels like something that we didn't know maybe we needed a bit.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I do miss seeing you and the other performers live, that's for sure. So you're recorded a song for us. Tell us about the song we're going to see.
So the song is from my last album that I made with my band. And interestingly, before the pandemic happened, I got an offer to open for one of my favorite bands. They're called the Wood Brothers, and they wanted me to bring a smaller version of my big band. So I got into the habit of, we started to rearrange some of our music for the big band. And we rearranged this song, which again is from the last album, but it's a little bit different. And it's really just about people in your life who are a pain in the ass, and like people who are just like, you try to reach out to them, you try to, you know, end the fight, you know, you try to make things work and they just won't surrender. And so it's kind of just about saying like, I tried to you know, make amends with you and you weren't able to do it, so like you suck.
Well, we're going to listen to it now, but thank you so much, Kat, for being on, and be safe.
Thank you. You too. You're as lovely as ever. I miss you.
Thank you. All right, let's hear that song.
Hi. Hello. I'm Kat Wright. This is Josh Weinstein and Bob Wagner. Do you guys have anyone in your life that's a real pain in the ass? Maybe they refuse to wear a mask, or maybe they aren't going to vote, or maybe they're going to vote for a monster. If any of these things are true for you, you can sing this next song to them all the time. It's called You Got Problems.
You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. Merry-go-round, it's a new day, and I have reached out my hand in so many ways. I apologize for my part in the fray. Oh, well, I keep reaching out to you, just keep on pushing me away. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. Why keeping score? The game is played. If you could take this white flag, we could call it a day. If you could take a breath, you'd see that we could go straight. Oh, well, I keep reaching out and you just keep on pushing me away. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. Oh, I'm gonna cut you off, baby. You know, oh, I'm gonna turn you loose. Draw a circle around me. That you can't intrude. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. Ooh. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them. Shame on you. You're a fool. You got problems. Golden rule. Sometimes I try to solve them. Oh, you're a fool. You got problems. Sometimes I try to solve them.
Hey there, I'm Matthew Edward Thole Jr. During this ripper of a year, people all over are on your backs telling you to get out there and vote. Actors, politicians, ball players, even me, some dude in a frickin' sweet chair. Yeah, it's a privilege to go out and vote. Sure, you can help reshape the direction of our future. But why make it about everybody else, when you can make it about you? What'll you get for leaving your parlor and voting? Well, Maddie's got you covered, kid. These are Matt Thole's selfish reasons to vote. At dinner, you can lord it over the family who didn't vote. You know, like babies, felons, or that idiot cousin who posts constantly about politics and never steps up to the plate. Get a sweet little sticker. Who doesn't love free stickers? Bonus tip, use said sticker to cover up that cigarette hole in your favorite Pedroia shirt. Go down to Dunks, grab yourself a large regular, and vote. Then, reward yourself by Irishing that sucker up guy. Walk around town with a roadie. Who needs to know? It's great social karma for that time at Fenway you allegedly spit on some Yankee fan's kid. It's a great way to blow people off. Sorry, Aunt Susan. Yeah, no, I can't make it to go rake your leaves. I gotta go vote, and that line's wicked. You hate long lines? So don't I. But look, dude, you can finally have time to doodle out that perfect shamrock tattoo that you've been saving returnables to pay for. Don't be a chowderhead. Get out and vote.
The vote is the most powerful, non-violent tool we have in a democratic society. We must not allow the power of the vote to be neutralized. We must never go back.
1, 2, 3, 4. Voting rights we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. We cannot afford to wait. In 1865, justice was for something high. The abolitionists stood bravely to denounce the cry that we the people form the union and deserve to see for every man and woman, black or white, equality. Frederick Douglass, 1865.
I am for the immediate, unconditional, and universal enfranchisement of the black man in every state in the Union. Without it, his liberty is a mockery.
Mary Church Terrell, 1912.
What could be more absurd than to have one group of human beings who are denied rights working to prevent another group from obtaining those same rights?
To be treated as a human being. Don't you take away my dignity. In a democracy to have a voice. I got a right to vote. In 1955, equality was still denied. So freedom marches took to fighting for our civil rights. To force our nation to confront its inhumanity. For every man and woman, black or white, and made a race. They are arrested. 1957.
Dear Martin, we know that while it's necessary to say no to racial injustice, this must be followed by a positive program of action. The struggle for the right to vote, for economic uplift of the people.
1964.
1870. The 15th Amendment gave every man a chance to vote. And now it's 64, and they still trying to keep us away from the ballot. You say, honey, I'm behind you. Well, move. I don't want you back there. I want you to say, honey, I'm with you, and we'll go up this freedom road together.
To be treated as a human being. Don't you take away my dignity. In a democracy to have a voice. I got a right to vote. 2, 3, 4. Voting rights we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. We cannot afford to wait. Lyndon B. Johnson, 1965.
It was more than 100 years ago Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. A century has passed since equality was promised and the Negro is not yet equal. The time for justice has now come. No force can hold it back.
Bader Ginsburg, 2013.
The sad irony of the court's decision today lies in its utter failure to grasp why the Voting Rights Act has proven effective. Throwing out pre-clearance when it has worked to stop discriminatory changes is like throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm.
Wow. that was pretty cool. Yes. Oh, I want to thank Cat Wright. It was a wonderful song. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And Matt Full, oh man, we want to hear more from you. You were on our show last week, Amber Live. We'll have you back. You're a funny guy. All right. Another one of the area's great musicians who said, "Hey, you can't do that show without me," is Billy Bratcher. Billy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I really am. Just I feel a lot of love coming through the cameras and the comments, and it just feels good.
Kudos to you for putting this on. I love you, and you know that.
I know we've got some great pictures of us together.
We do. Hey, listen, every election is determined by those that show up. So our aim tonight is to encourage people to show up to vote. Am I not right?
That's it. Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, if you don't vote, you use your right to complain. Am I wrong?
No, you are not wrong, Billy. So, Billy, you're a musician. What's your band doing now on hiatus, or are you...
Nothing?
Yeah,
movies.
I miss seeing your band. It's a great band. How are you expressing yourself? Creativity.
I'm doing a lot of videos of my solo performances and putting them on Facebook. Having fun with that. Walking in the woods with my daughter, shooting video, having fun.
Well,
doing the best I can, you know?
I understand. So, Billy, tell us about the song you're going to perform for us.
Here's an old song by a clarinet playing contortionist by the name of Wilton Crawley. He recorded this for the OK record label back in 1926. And I have this on 78 RPM. And I heard Leon Redbone do this in about 1979. And I took a liking to the song. And I recorded it for my In the Lobby recording, which came out in 2012. And, it's just a fun little ragtime number that I hope it puts a little shine in your light and a spring in your step and gives hope to the human heart. That's all I want to do.
Well, thank you very much for being a part of this, Billy. It's good to see you.
You too. Bless you.
Thank you. And let's hear that song now.
I'd like to perform a song off of Billy Bratcher, In the Lobby. It's a fine CD. I'm going down the list of material right here, and I'm going to go to the very first song. It's called Big Time Woman by Mr. Wilton Crawley, as done by myself. She's a big-time woman from way out west. An automobile and a cozy home, but every time you see her, she's all alone. She's a big-time woman from way out west. All the things she says to those New York men, Lord, it's a sin. She's got them asking the same darn thing all over again. Every fella has a winning smile, but she treats them all like a child. She's a big-time woman from way out west. She says to those New York men, Lord, it's a sin. She's got them asking the same darn thing all over again. Every fella has a winning smile, but she treats them all just like a child. She's a big-time woman from way out west.
Thank you, Billy Bratcher. That was wonderful. And I know you're a big Leon Redbone fan, too, so that you did him justice. You did it well. All right, and now let's go to something totally different. Another past guest from Amber Live, a big TikTok sensation. Let's say hello to, bring her on, the church mother. Hey, mother.
Hey, Amber.
Hey there.
How are you?
Fine. I could see you in the green room dancing to that one, "We Have a Right to Vote."
Oh, baby, listen. When you have me back on, I will be in the back room, out the front room, in the choir. Anyway, they were fantastic, and I love them.
Well, good. So, Mama, tell us a little bit about yourself to people who might not know who you are.
Well, okay, the long story short is I'm a TikTok celebrity, and I don't like saying that, but whatever. I'm a TikTok celebrity, and we got almost 1 million followers, so I'm going to just claim it. Hallelujah. And but I am just a Southern Black woman who just loves everybody and believes everybody should be treated equal. I don't care if you're black, blue, purple. I got my pride shoes on, Amber. Look, I got my pride shoes on. I'm celebrating everybody, everyone. And that is the point of this. Vote. I don't care who you vote for. Just do your civic duty, baby. Just do your duty, because it is a whole bunch of people died to be able to vote. So just vote, honey. That's my point.
Well, very good. Now, how do you prefer to vote? In person, absentee?
Look, honey, look. So I got my, where is that? Where the camera? Right there. So I got my little ballot here. I mailed it in because, you know, I'm in Canada right now. And I made sure that they sent me my ballot. I tracked it. And they sent me the validation. So I got my confirmation number, like you go to Amazon. I got my confirmation number that they got mine. So ain't gonna be no shenanigans. I done voted. My vote count. I got my sticker, baby. I got my sticker and I voted. So y'all vote. If mother can vote all the way across the world, you can vote to vote, baby. It's important. Vote.
So you got a sticker.
I got a sticker. And see, look, mother old. You know, mother still got the plastic on her sofa. So mother sticker still on the thing. I wanted to wear it for you, but mother still got her sticker on the plastic, and I didn't want to take it off because, you know, it's important. You know, it's like mother has voted many times, but I feel that this is the most important election of mother's lifetime. You know, I don't want to get all forlorn or verklempt or whatever, but we need some leadership in this country. And I feel like we have gotten lost doing a whole lot of stuff, and we need to just bring everybody back together. So for me, it's just really important. So I just want to cherish this moment, and I'm so grateful to you and to Russell and to everyone for letting me come on and be a part of this, because this is truly, truly special. It is truly special to mother, and I appreciate you.
Well, we appreciate you, Church Mama. And for those who want to follow you, get on TikTok. We showed you another website there for you as well. So thank you so much for coming on and being a part of this, Mama.
Thank you so much, Amber. And I love all that you do, baby. You keep on rocking on, baby. Rock on, baby. I love you. Thank you so much. God bless the Church Mama. Love you.
Thank you, Mama. Oh man, she's a hoot. Go ahead and watch her on TikTok. All right, another area musician who said, "Hey, I want to be a part of this," is Josh Panda. If you've been around Burlington, he's a great. People have him for birthday parties. They have him for wedding receptions. He's a great performer, and he sent us this clip.
Hi. 2020 has been a crazy, out of control year, and it's put so much distance between us. But we can regain that control and be a united people again by voting in this year's election. We will get through this together. A change is going to come.
I was born by the river.
just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it will. It's been too hard living. I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it will. And then I go to my brother. I say, brother, can you help me, please? And he winds up knocking me out back down on my knees. I've been down when I thought couldn't last for long. But now I feel like I can carry on. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it will. And then I go to my brother. I said, brother, can you help me, please? And he winds up knocking me out back down on my knees. I've been times when I thought couldn't last for long, but now I feel like I can carry on. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it will.
Whoa, thank you, Josh. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, Joshua Beaupre. Yes, he does. He sings very good. Yeah, Serena, glad to see that you appreciated Josh too. I remember him playing at your birthday party. I won't say what number it was, but but I do remember. Oh, let me just check what's next. If you watch Amber Live every Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern, one of our recurring guests is Rocco Zamboni. And Rocco couldn't be here in person tonight, but he sent this clip.
Rocco Zamboni versus the internet.
Hey, it's Rocco Zamboni, and I'm out here talking about voting. Voting in the upcoming election and voting in general. You know, all those little local elections, they mean a lot too. So what I'm doing is encouraging people out there to get to their polling places or vote online or in the mail or in person or whatever it takes. Just get your butt out there and vote. So I'm going to make sure people do just that. Ma, don't give me that. You gotta vote, all right? There's too much on the line here. We got reproductive rights, marriage equality, we got tax issues up the wazoo, all right? And then you gotta worry about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the 25th Amendment. Come on!
Vote! Vote!
Vote! Where is everyone? You guys better be out voting. Vote!
Vote!
You guys can't vote. Hey, Bug and Shug. I hope you two guys are going to be voting in the upcoming election.
We're too young to vote, but if I could, I would vote for love, understanding, equality for all, and a system that doesn't value corporate profits over the needs of the people. I'm voting for hamburgers.
Vote! So there you have it. Voting. It's really important. You gotta get out there and you gotta vote. There's so much on the line, and you guys know it, alright? I don't gotta tell you more than that. So, this is Rocco saying go vote. Peace.
Love that, Rocco.
Vote! Vote! Hi there, Amber LeMay here. Sorry to interrupt this important, great, fantastic show that you're watching, but I gotta tell you about something. It's something I do every Sunday night. I host the live streaming talk show, Amber Live. And if you aren't watching Amber Live, you are missing out. Every Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern, you'll meet some of the best and quirkiest people in Vermont, as well as guests from all over the world, actors, chefs, comedians, drag queens, and even the latest TikTok stars. Yeah, you don't want to miss one moment of fun. Visit amberlive.tv to watch live or on demand. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Oh, that was fun, Rocco. Yes, Rocco's on every Sunday, Amber Live. And if you want to see some past episodes, go to amberlive.tv and you can catch up on what's been going on. So another local act that wanted to be a part of this, Dwight and Nicole. And what can I say, but here's Dwight and Nicole.
All right. Ready?
We're rolling.
You can try to make things easier. It doesn't have to be so hard. Why you can't see things clearer now? Yeah, when the writing's on the wall. Yeah, but I can't make this better. Ooh, from the dark side of the road. I can't take this hurt any further. Everybody knows. Yeah, memories a strange endeavor. There's no use living in the past. 'Cause in that moment, you were never hoping it will last. Oh yeah, but I can't make this better. You know I can't make this better, babe. From the dark side of the road. And I can't take this hurt any further. And everybody knows. And everybody knows. can't make this better. You know I can make this better, baby. Yeah. And the dark side of the road. And I can't take this hurt any further. And everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
If you can't take it any further, you know what you gotta do. You gotta vote.
Get out and vote. Get out and vote.
Get out and vote. Make the world a better place for you and me.
Wow. Where else are you going to see entertainment like this on a Saturday night? Oh my gosh, I am so thankful for all these entertainers who have come on to share with us. That is so cool. So we've had some TikTok stars on who have a million followers. Well, our next video comes from a local friend of ours who's locally here. You might recognize him. He's been on the cover of 7 Days. He's been on the Kelly Clarkson show twice, maybe 3 times, and he's an internet sensation with his unnecessary inventions. And here's his latest.
All right, hello, my name is Troy Millette, and this is The Fire Below. We're at the wonderful Robot Dog Studios, and we're just coming here as a quick reminder for you guys to get out on November 3rd, use your voice, and vote. It's been an unusual year, and this is your day to raise your voice and make a difference, so let's get after it.
Folded arms and her ribcage might cave in. Thunderous gal, out on the prowl, she is stuck staying in. Whole damn town knows what he's all about, breaking it down just for fun. She had the money, moved to the country, him and all that he's done. Sometimes you gotta run away, pack some bags for the getaway. Stack boxes in a brand new basement for you to listen. Sometimes you gotta run away, turn your back on it yesterday. Get gone before it all goes wrong, yeah. Match the price that you pay. You're sure that there's a better place, yeah. Sometimes you gotta run away. Blonde-haired boy, life sounds just like hers. Raising him up, be humble and tough, that's the life he deserves. Not sometimes, if she was right, deep inside man she knows what's best for them both, life of their own, knows what it's like to be alone. Sometimes you gotta run away, pack some bags for the getaway. Stack boxes in a brand new basement for you to listen. Sometimes you gotta run away, turn your back on it yesterday. Get gone before it all goes wrong, yeah. Match the price that you pay. You're sure that there's a better way, yeah. Sometimes you gotta run away. Run away. from beneath her folded arms and her rib cage.
Well, if you don't vote, it might cave in, and that's the responsibility of voting, is to keep your body upright and intact.
Well, it might cave in.
Thank you, Troy Millette, another great performer who wanted to be a part of this tonight. Wow, what a night it has been. And I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank all the entertainers and performers and politicians, everyone who came on to share a part of their Saturday night with us. Really want to thank Russell Dreyer, who of RJD Productions, who's the producer, director of this event, and did so much work down there in New York City and gets everybody on and stays connected. Thank you, Russell. We Amy Wild and Matt Rogers from Higher Ground, who helped us get some of the entertainers and helped create tonight, and Janet Feeney for being a great advisor to us as well. Here in my studio in the Old North End of Burlington, I want to thank our good friends Craig Hilliard and Johnny McLaughlin for keeping me in line and refreshed during the evening. So thank you for making it happen. Do want to make sure that you go over on amberlive.tv. You can watch this show. It'll be posted there. So tell your friends what they missed. And also, you'll be able to subscribe. Yeah, come on, subscribe to it. That way you can get reminded to watch Amber Live every Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. So we're going to close out now with another great band that we love so much. It's called the Decoys, and you're going to want to sing along. So thank you so much. Get out there and vote. Don't blow it. Vote. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that river highway and saw above me that endless skyway and saw below me the golden valley, I said this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land is my land. California, California, New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled and followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. Yeah, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. California, California, New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining, then I was strolling in wheat fields waving and dust clouds rolling. The voice was chanting as the fog was lifting. Yeah, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land is my land. California, New York Island, from the redwood forest to the stream water. This land was made for you and me. One bright sunny morning, in the shadow of the steeple, by the green leaf office, I saw my people as they stood hungry. I stood there wondering, yeah.
made for you and me.